Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, playing a bit of Kill Confirmed here on the map Detroit, using the KF5, and I want to make this video kind of talk about submachine guns here in Advanced Warfare. It's kind of universally thought that the submachine guns in this game are kind of weak, that or the assault rifles are maybe a little bit too hard. It's pretty reminiscent of the original Black Ops, back on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. On that game, I don't know if it was the map layout or what was going on with it, but assault rifles were really the way to go in that game. That was just the case of it. You know, assault rifles really were the way to go in that game, and because of that, a lot of people thought the submachine guns were a little bit weak, and then there was a good one that came out with like the AK-74U, and then they ended up nerfing that, and they're like, well, what the heck, now we can't use any submachine guns, you know? A lot of people complained about the SMGs in that game. I think we have the same kind of thing going on here in Advanced Warfare. And I want to make this video kind of giving a quick tip about submachine guns when playing in Advanced Warfare. You should continue to use them. If you like using submachine guns, you should use them. For me, I've always been kind of traditionally a submachine gun player. More or less, I've been kind of like a shotgun player. Some people consider me to be a shotgun guy because of all the things I did in Black Ops 2. But while the 870 was my most used gun, it was not like my most used tier. You know, the 870 was the only good shotgun in that game, in my opinion. The KSG was okay, but I ended up using the R870 a lot more. It's because I liked it. It was my most used gun and all that. But submachine guns really made up a lot of my playtime in that game. All my playtime was spent playing with a submachine gun. They have been in every single Call of Duty game. You know, I talked about the World War Thompson being one of my favorite guns of all time. I talked about the UMP-45 from Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. Those are guns I love. The Mini Uzi, the MP5s, MP5Ks. You know, I love submachine guns. I like to be able to move around the map quickly. I think submachine guns really kind of reward the player for understanding the map, understanding the spawns, be able to move around really quickly and get a bunch of kills and win a lot of close-up gunfights. That's why I like submachine guns over assault rifles. Whereas assault rifles, you know, you can pick people off across the map, no problem. But with a submachine gun, you gotta get up close to them. You gotta give them a little bit of a fighting chance. You gotta get right next to them. That's why I like shotguns. That's why I like submachine guns. I like to get close to people I'm trying to shoot at and stuff like that. It's just a lot more fun, a lot more interesting for me. And while admittedly I do believe that these submachine guns in this game are fairly weak, I do feel as though they could definitely use a good buffing. I think a lot of people think that as well. Right now, I'm still continuing to use them, even though they are very weak compared to just about every one of their assault rifle counterparts. And the reason I'm doing that is because eventually they're going to get buffed. Alright, eventually, submachine guns are going to become stronger, or some of the assault rifles are going to become weaker, and submachine guns, you know, by proxy, are going to be able to be a little bit better, you know. Eventually, submachine guns will be easier to use here in Advanced Warfare, and when that happens, I'm already going to know how to use a submachine gun very well. When that happens, I'm already going to be very comfortable playing with a submachine gun, and then suddenly, I'm just going to feel ridiculously powerful with my submachine gun class. It's going to be great. It's kind of like the equivalent, I thought about this in my head. It's kind of the equivalent of, back during Modern Warfare 2, for those of you guys that played that game, or maybe Call of Duty 4 or World at War, running around without stopping power on your submachine gun, using UAV Jammer, or Cold-Blooded, or Modern Warfare 2, using like Hardline or stuff like that as your second perk, rather than using stopping power, and then going back to using stopping power. Then suddenly you're like, holy crap, everybody's melting now, like, this is amazing, this is so much better than what I was doing before, and it feels really good when that happens, and you already understand what you want to do with a submachine gun, because if you can already get to the point where you can perform pretty well with a submachine gun, you know, on these maps while they're kind of weak, while assault rifles, especially like the Ball 27, are still very dominant. Then when the buff comes around, or maybe when the assault rifle nerfs come around, you'll be ready to go, man. You'll have all the, you'll know the maps, you'll know the guns, you'll know where to go, and then suddenly you're just gonna have a better gun to do it with, and it's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty great. So that's what I've been doing the past couple of Prestiges here in Advanced Warfare. I haven't played a ton of Advanced Warfare over the past few days because the Warlords of Draenor launch, because that game is freaking amazing and fun. But the past couple of Prestiges, you guys have seen in my videos as well, that I'm trying to use submachine guns a lot more. Guns like the KF5 here, guns like the MP11. I really like that gun as well. Trying to use stuff like that, the ASM-1, and trying to get used to those guns, trying to get used to how they work, because they all do feel different. You guys know every gun in this game has kind of a gimmick in a way. Like the KF5, the first 5 bullets have a fully loaded magazine to do more damage, or if you're using like the ASM-1, the longer you hold down the trigger, the better your accuracy becomes with the lower your fire rate, and be able to compensate for that and learn your submachine guns and stuff. So my suggestion is for everybody out there to try and go ahead and get used to all these quirks, get used to all these submachine guns, get used to playing the maps with a submachine gun. Now, of course, there's some maps out there, right? They're just not built to be used with a submachine gun. But on a lot of the maps, using a submachine gun, learning where you want to go, learning the routes that you like to run when you're playing and where you like to stick to, and then just kind of getting used to that. And then once, eventually, the update actually comes through where we're actually going to go ahead and have better submachine guns or possibly worse assault rifles, we're going to be good to go. We're already going to be used to this kind of thing. Now, if you're a person that cares about their stats, which I'm one of those people, you guys know that, but it's kind of hard this game because they ruined my win-loss ratio and all that. But as someone that cares about their stats, you're probably are going to take a big hit. You know, you can just, you know, use the ball, use the HBR, use the IMR, anything like that, right? And just, you know, sit back, consistently get a very good KD every single match. But if you're using a submachine gun, especially in the weakened state that they're in right now at the current state of the game, you are going to have a little bit of difficulty, I feel like. It's still possible to get around that 2 KD, you know, try and hover around that area. That's where I'm at. I'm like a 1.9 something KD player right now. It's still possible to hover around that area, but at the same time, it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be kind of difficult, but it will be worth it when the time comes, because eventually these submachine guns will get buffed. Eventually, these assault rifles maybe will get nerfed a little bit as well, and it's going to be pretty nice for everybody involved, and I'm looking forward to that, because right now, I don't know, Advanced Warfare is kind of feeling stale, and it's bad to say, because the game is really fun, right? Don't get me wrong, the game is very fun, and a lot of people are enjoying it. It's getting a lot of positive reviews across the board, but the game is feeling kind of stale when you're trying to play, like, Search and Destroy, even kill-based game modes, where I'm just going to make them number 90% of the people in every single lobby are all using the same weapon. You know, it feels a lot like the original Black Ops again, because everyone's running around with one gun. Back in Black Ops, everyone ran around with the FAMAS just, you know, non-stop, and it was annoying. Like World at War, everyone ran around with the MP40, you know. Guns like that, it was not really a whole lot of fun when people run around with only that stuff, but eventually some patches come through and things change, and it's going to be great, and hopefully we'll be in a better position as submachine gun players to go ahead and take advantage of that. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys all found it helpful and informative, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And in the comments, if you guys could answer for me, it would be fantastic. What submachine gun are you guys having the most success with? What submachine gun do you guys like the most right now? Right now, I'd say KF5. I like the SM1 the most because it runs a lot of the Tommy gun, but right now the KF5 seems to be like the best submachine gun of the ones available. So let me know about that. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and once again, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.